Hello to the pessimistic, optimistic, and everyone in between. My name is Connor Philippi, and welcome back to the Minnesotan Sports Podcast. And I'm just going to document this here. I am making this video with 13 minutes left in the game because I know it's over. That was like it's crazy because I've watched some really frustrating Vikings games with technically, you could argue that they were bigger stakes because of the fact that this game, the Vikings at least are still in the playoffs even after losing. And so you can argue that other games in the past have had bigger stakes. But this still is probably one of the most frustrating Vikings games I've seen, which is crazy to say about a 14-2 team going into this game, like one of the most successful seasons we've had in a long time. But it was not frustrating. It was frustrating because of the exact reason that we've been frustrated with the Vikings in the past, and that's why I'm saying it's been a while since I've seen the real Vikings play, and they played here tonight, where I expected if this game was going to be lost, if we lost this game 35-32 or whatever a normal football score is, off of some last second field goal or something, that I'd be obviously frustrated that we weren't able to come away with the win, but it's the Lions, the best offense in the league. If I didn't expect our defense to play this well at first anyway, and I expected us to lose if we did by maybe a touchdown or a field goal or something. That would be fine. I'd be okay. We went toe to toe against one of the best teams in the league, and we came up just short. We'll try and get them later on in the playoffs. But the frustrating part about this game is that we had countless opportunities to take this game from the Lions, to come out of Ford Field with the number one seed. It was in our grasp time after time, first half, beginning of the second half, and not a single player on this field came to this game ready to play. It's as simple as that. We had four, as I'm recording this now, it'll probably be another one at the end of this game, but we had 4 trips to the red zone. 2 of those being within the 10-yard line, one of those being at the 4-yard line. First and goal twice, first down and 10 within the 22 other times, and we came away with field goals every single time. Well, actually, one of them we didn't even score because we went for it on 4th down and missed. And that's just unacceptable for any professional football team. It's absolutely unbelievable. Went 0 for 4 in the red zone. Brian Flores got spooked by something. I don't know what it was. And he's just been making the wrong call in every single moment as the game gets later on. Every time we should be rushing less, we are rushing everyone. 4th and 2 at the 14-yard line. You're doing absolutely no good getting to Jared Goff on that play. Someone's going to be open, and Gibbs was wide open. No one had him right through the middle for a touchdown. And then there were other situations where we should have rushed, for example, when we had the Lions at the 40 after a stupid Will Reichert decision to kick it out of bounds, and we should have actually went for it and had pressure on Goff in that situation rather than dropping back in coverage for the first time in the entire half, and he just threw it right over our heads for a soft coverage 20-yard gain and ended up getting a field goal to end the half, which could have been a complete change in momentum. 2 interceptions for the Vikings that neither one capitalized on at all. I think both of them, one of them ended up being the missed 4th down conversion attempt, and the other one ended up being a field goal because we intercepted it within the 20. We had an opportunity. It was right before this, right when Gibbs scored after that play. Van Ginkel literally had a tie game in his hand, and he bobbled it and dropped it. That's a pick six that he completely missed. Instead of the game being 9-24 right now, it would have been potentially 17-17. And just so many missed opportunities. Sam Darnold looked like his complete old self. Every single thing that could have gone wrong in this game went wrong, except for the fact that miraculously Will Reichert only missed the one field goal that the refs decided to ice for us, and now that I went over all the other reasons why we lost this game, now I feel like I'm allowed to talk about the refs, because now it's not going to sound like I'm making excuses, because in no way am I saying the refs are the reason we lost this game. The Vikings lost it themselves. They had the opportunity. They completely screwed it up. But the refs were also horrible in this game. I mean, you've got a ball that should have been a safety by Jared Goff in the end zone, threw it at the feet of some random lineman, and they said that that was an intended receiver that he completely threw the other direction of. So that's apparently not intentional grounding. Then Sam Darnold's out of the pocket, throws it away, and they call intentional grounding on him the other way. There was a complete missed pass interference call on Justin Jefferson, then a pretty suspect play against Hawkinson as Sam Darnold throws it to absolutely no one. I guess there's a pass interference on that play. And so horrible reffing the entire course of the game, and then able to finally kick it off, or not kick it off, finish it off with a decision to ice the kicker. I know that's not necessarily something they did intentionally, but it still was a stupid move. I don't think I've ever seen that in a real game. The refs realizing they had the wrong ball on a field goal attempt and switching it out, messing up his rhythm and saying, "Oh, hey, this was the wrong ball, but this might be something to think about." And then, of course, Reichard missed the field goal. My friend that was sitting right next to me just completely called it. Like, that's icing the kicker, that he's going to miss it now, and he did. So refs were horrible. The Vikings were even more horrible. And it's crazy that we played probably one of the worst first halves we've played all year, and it still ended up being a 4-point game. Dan Campbell, every step of the way, was trying to give us this game. I mean, for the love of God, he went for it and passed the ball, dropped back and passed it on a 4th and inches. And we got the ball back, still couldn't capitalize. I mean, Dan Campbell coached this game horribly every step of the way, and we still somehow managed to lose. And it's almost laughable. And now the Vikings still are in the playoffs. They play the Rams next Monday night. But it's just like, you just go now into the playoffs with no confidence. Hopefully this can be some sort of fuel to their fire of, now we had our horrible game, now we can bounce back from it. But I mean, now it seems like teams have the formula that I guess all of a sudden Darnold now doesn't do well against pressure. He's done well against pressure this season, but we haven't seen a team really put pressure on him every single play like the Lions did in this game. And now other teams have the formula of apparently how to stop Darnold, especially in the big moments. And hopefully we're not finding out that the lights are too bright for Darnold, but if we do, he's gone. It's as simple as that. So as another throw right into coverage and easily knocked away by the Lions, it feels like there's been absolutely no excuse for the way we've played. I mean, it's just like, yes, these receivers have not done a good job of getting separation. I will commend the Lions secondary for playing pretty well in this game. But early on in the game, Sam Darnold missed some wide open guys because of the pressure. And then later on, we just couldn't get the ball in the end zone. And it's as simple as that. And now the biggest game in probably the last decade, if not the biggest regular season game in NFL history, is going to go down as one of the worst games the Vikings played this season, as Sam Darnold gets sacked on a 3rd and 9, the last gasp effort, and now we're going to punt it away. So that pretty much sums up why I recorded this video as early as I did, and I'll probably just hit export as soon as the game's over, but it's not over yet. The Vikings still go down as a 14-3 team, the best 5th seed in the history of the NFL. Hopefully we can go into LA. It is SoFi and it is the LA fans, so hopefully at least half of that stadium will be Vikings purple, which is at least good. And then maybe we can surprise the Lions if we can play them a second time, although I hate to say it, I think we're going to Philly if we win against the Rams, because I think the Commanders are going to beat the Buccaneers. So it'll probably end up being a 1 versus 6, and then us as a 5 seed would go to the Eagles, which, goody gumdrops, another tough stadium to play in. That's probably going to put a lot of pressure on Darnold, and in a big moment We'll see if Darnold can play like he played the rest of the season, or if he's going to be Jets Sam Darnold, which he was here today. So let me know in the comments what you think. But a very frustrating loss for the Vikings. All week of leading up to this game, just for no one to show up to this game. Absolutely no one. So thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the flip side.